It's been a long time since I played survival Minecraft, and with a brand new world and a set seed, I feel like it's finally time to start a new survival let's play. Now, I don't have many specific goals for this world, except for the fact that I want to make one of the most impressive worlds in survival Minecraft. I would like to build some of the most impressive builds on this world and build some of the fastest farms. So without further ado, I'm just going to try to get a full set of diamond enchanted armor. We already have an iron golem spawned, which will give us access to some free iron. So with the iron collected, we can make our first pickaxe, and now we could go down into the mines. After mining for quite some time, I was able to find some diamonds and even began to craft a full set of diamond armor. To begin enchanting my diamond armor, I'm going to need a bunch of villagers, and I'm also going to need a few basic materials. So I think the best bet is to build a trading hall over here for the villagers in the village and also get an iron farm going. Starting with the iron farm, I found a good design by a YouTuber called ENX04. Building the iron farm went quite smoothly. I began by digging out a small flat area. Then I dug down 3x7 blocks. Now, one of the most common issues with iron farms is getting the villagers inside their cells. However, this was no issue since villagers pathfind to their beds during the night, which breaking the bed makes them fall right into position. Getting the zombie was also quite easy. Now, the mechanics of this farm are quite ingenious. There's a zombie in a boat scaring the free villagers and resulting in them spawning an iron golem. This iron golem is then pushed by water streams and burned in lava. Perfect, it seems like everything's working, so let's see how much iron we could get while I build the trading hall. Now, the trading hall design is once again by the YouTuber ENX04. I'm going to leave his channel linked in the video description if you guys want to check him out. My best bet is probably to try to lure these villagers with beds to go to the area I want to build the villager trading hall. So I'm just going to try to get them to this area if they follow me. Now, I know dealing with villagers is super hard sometimes, so hopefully this all goes smoothly. Come on, buddy. I know you could do this. There we go. So my goal is to make the villager trading hall right over here because we have the iron farm right down there. So having it here will make it not interfere with the iron farm at all. I only have 2 villagers left currently, and I'm going to need a lot more to get the trades that I need. So I think the best bet is to just breed them for a bit and then set up the villager trading hall. So I spent the next 30 minutes breeding villagers, and I also built a couple of crop farms. If you guys didn't know, librarians trade paper for emeralds, so I just built a starter sugarcane farm to get enough paper to trade for all the enchantment books I need. Now, the design for this trading hall is quite ingenious. You got some farmer villagers here that are going to be producing baby villagers, and once these baby villagers grow up, they're going to pathfind into these blocks here. Now, once they fall into these, there's a workstation block and a trapdoor above. What that will do is it will set their trade to the profession I want them to have. This trading hall just removes the entire process of painstakingly carrying villagers and minecarts all over the place. Now, my iron farm has been producing iron in the background, and so far we got almost a full row of a chest full of iron. That means I could start trading iron with villagers to get some more emeralds. It took forever to get all these villagers in place. The footage you're seeing on screen is sped up over 10 times. It seems like my hard work paid off because I got pretty much all the enchantments I'll need for my armor. So I got some aqua affinity here, fortune, I got looting, unbreaking free, mending, sharpness, protection 4, and of course depth strider, blast protection, and efficiency. I'm only missing a few enchantments like feather falling, but what I'm going to do now is, since I'm low on emeralds, I'm going to go to the Nether and try to get a few potions of weakness to infect the villagers and heal them. It always makes me nervous going to the Nether for the first time. Coming back from the Nether, I had a total of 12 pearls and 11 blaze rods. It's finally time to get my armor fully enchanted, and then we could face the Ender Dragon. I've just noticed we have a really big problem, so after coming back from the Nether, I realized like literally 80% of my villagers are completely missing. I think they got infected by zombie and burned in the sun, but I really don't know. So I'm gonna have to set up the trading hall once again and get all my trades back. So I spent the next hour farming carrots, breeding villagers, until I finally had all the trades set up that I needed. So a bit of an update on the trading hall. I got all the enchantments I need for the armor and tools that I'm going to be enchanting. And I also set up an area to trade with farmer villagers so I could trade a lot of carrots for emeralds. Of course, I expanded both the sugarcane farm and the carrot farm to get as much emeralds as possible. I also took the time to set up an ender pearl stasis chamber beside the iron farm. This would allow it to run in the background while I was doing other things. It wasn't long before I had a full maxed out set of diamond enchanted armor. Alright, I'm not going to delay this any longer. I got my food, my beds, my ender pearls, blaze rods, and some blocks. We're gonna kill the dragon. Many people see the end as the final step to completing Minecraft. One last challenge before the game is completed. But I always see the end as a new beginning. A beginning that grants you the gift of flight and the ability to commence some of the most amazing builds and let your creativity flow. So I found my first end city, but it seems like there's no end ship, so I'm just going to ignore this one and try to find one with elytra. Aside from shulker shells, I don't really need anything except for an elytra. I already have pretty much maxed out armor. So all I'm really looking for is just a couple of elytras, and then I'm going to go back to base. Wow, it looks like there's a total of 3 end cities there. So there's one here, one there, and then one farther out in the distance. So I'm going to try to explore all of them, see if they have elytras, and hopefully we get a couple of elytras. I think this is a good time to talk about the goals I have for this world. So once I get elytra, I feel like the best decision is probably going to be to make a bunch of farms. And it seems like this end city has an elytra and it has an end gateway right beside it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a screenshot of this because I do want to build a shulker farm in the next video. So if I could get a shulker through this end gateway, it would be super simple and I wouldn't have to transport it thousands of blocks. The best strategy is just pillar up under the end ship. This makes it so the shulkers don't really see you and you can just grab the elytra and get out quickly. I'm not going to kill any of the shulkers just because I want to make a shulker farm by transporting a shulker to the overworld. And there we go. There's our first elytra. I think for now that's all I need, so I'm gonna head back. Oh my goodness, I just almost died there. I literally just almost died. If I wasn't quick thinking, I would have literally just fell in the void right there. As a final step, I'm going to put mending and breaking on my elytra. In my next video, I plan on making a bunch of automatic farms, and I also plan on building a perimeter very soon. So stick around if you want to see this. Anyways, that's it for today. Thank you all for watching.